Now, you've seen the great torch that burns brightly over New Sheath. No, because it doesn't. It should, but it doesn't. You'll fix that. You'll go to Cylarne and bring back the Flame of Agnon to relight the torch. Oh, and take care with my minions at Cylarne. In their eternal quest to please me, they're constantly fighting over Cylarne. It can be tiresome, but really, it's divine. Divinely tiresome. Well, that's your problem now. Off with you. I don't want to see you again until the great torch is lit. I wouldn't want to have to hurt you much. Oh, don't forget to make use of dear Haskell. Between you and me, if he's not summoned 3 or 4 times a day, I don't think he feels appreciated. Come visit again, or I'll pluck out your eyes!
I have arrived at the ruins of Cylarne. I will need to speak to the commanders of the Golden Saints and Dark Seducers to find out how to light the Flame of Agnon.
Sheogorath's blessings upon you. Halt! Mortals are not permitted within the walls of Holy Cylarne. My pardon, Lord. Receive this key, and with it free passage throughout the shrine of the Flame of Agnon. Alas, we cannot light the flame until we take control of the Altar of Despair from the infernal Maskin. The Armazel Khana would wish to speak to you at once. Proceed through this door to our main encampment at the Altar of Rapture.
My scouts reported no signs of the Maskin in the Underdeep. It's our best chance to take them unawares.
Too risky. It's likely to be a trap. They could cut us to pieces down there if they knew we were coming.
With all due respect, Armazel, I ask that you reconsider. The main passage is strongly defended. Perhaps if you'd allow me to scout further.
Enough! I've made my decision. We will attack down the main passage as planned. The Maskin will not withstand us.
I overheard 2 Golden Saint officers arguing about the best way to attack the Dark Seducers. The Lieutenant, Myrrell, mentioned something about the Underdeep, a secret side passage leading to the Dark Seducer altar. I should find out more about this passage from Myrrell.
How may I serve? Greetings, stranger. Are you here to help us drive the Maskin out of Cylarne? The flame is only lit at the command of Sheogorath, from the altars of rapture and despair within the shrine itself. I'm sure that Armazel Khana will be glad to help you once the Maskin are driven from the altar of despair. The treacherous ones, the dark seducers of ill repute, whose every action drags Sheogorath's holy name through the mud. She commands the Oriels here at Cylarne. She has just arrived with reinforcements from Brellock to end this stalemate once and for all. That's what we call ourselves, the most loyal and honorable servants of Sheogorath. It is just there, at the top of these steps. You would pray for the blinding ecstasy, which is the ultimate reward for those in Sheogorath's service? Alas, we have not seen the Altar of Despair for many years. It is in the underground part of Cylarne, which is controlled by the Maskin. The Maskin do not even allow us free passage to worship there, which is one of the many reasons why they are unfit to continue to guard it. Our home and sanctuary here in the Shivering Isles. My scouts recently discovered another way through the ruins to the Altar of Despair. The Armazel Canna wants to assault the altar down the main passage, but the Mazkin are expecting us to come that way. They've strongly fortified the main passage against us. If we attacked through the Underdeep, we could take them by surprise. If only Canna would listen to me. An attack down the main passage will end the same as it always does. A glorious defeat. She thinks the Underdeep is a trap. It's true. If the Mazkin knew we were coming that way, we wouldn't stand a chance. But I'm convinced the Mazkin don't expect us to come that way. If we attacked in full force, we could take the Altar of Despair before they had a chance to react. If only I could make Canna see that. Go.
This is no place for a mortal. We are about to join battle against the Mazkin. You'd best stand aside. My pardon, emissary. I am at your service. We are preparing to sweep the Mazkin scum from Cylarne. Perhaps Sheogorath sent you to help us. Only the servants of Sheogorath can light the flame, by kindling the altars of despair and rapture which feed the flame. Alas, we hold only the altar of rapture. The treacherous Mazkin hold the altar of despair. We must control both to light the flame. If you help us seize the altar of despair from the Mazkin, I will be honored to kindle the Flame of Agnon for my lord Sheogorath. The only way to assault the altar of despair is down the main passage between the two altars. It will be difficult. The Mazkin have fortified their position, but I am confident that with your help, we can defeat them. Will you help us retake the Altar of Despair and drive the Mazkin out of Cylarne once and for all? Ah, Miryl's beloved surprise attack. A perfect example of why males do not hold command positions. He has failed to consider the risks of his plan. If the Mazkin had prepared an ambush along that route, we would be slaughtered. We're better off storming the main passage, where our superior strength and blade work can come into play. Are you ready to help us destroy the Mazkin and take control of the Altar of Despair? That's an excellent idea. They cannot refuse entry to an emissary of Lord Sheogorath. Return at once when you have their deployments. This could make all the difference. For Sheogorath's glory.
Sheogorath's blessings upon you. What is it, emissary? The counterpart to the Altar of Despair. Rapture is currently held by the Ariels in their complacency, but that will soon change. You know us as Dark Seducers, a name given us by our enemies. But we are the Mazkin in our own tongue, Sheogorath's only truly loyal servants. Our rivals, the so-called Golden Saints. One day, Sheogorath will finally recognize their bull-headed stupidity and expel them from the realm. The holy flame can only be lit from the altars of despair and rapture. Alas, the Ariels hold rapture for now. You should speak to the Grakedric Ulfri at once. She will be glad of your help to rid Cylarne of the arrogant Ariels once and for all. She is the Grakedric, commander of the Mazkin here at Cylarne. She has never yet been defeated by the Ariels, despite their strength. For Sheogorath's glory. A mortal wandering the halls of holy Cylarne, and a male no less. Explain yourself. Then I am at your service. The Grach Hedrick Ulfri commands here. You will wish to speak to her at once, no doubt. For Sheogorath's glory.
The main passage leading to the Altar of Despair is strongly defended by the Dark Seducers. I should scout the Underdeep to see if it might provide an easier attack route. The Dark Seducers are defending the main passage to the Altar of Despair in strength. The Underdeep, by contrast, appears to be only lightly defended. This information might convince Canna to attack through the Underdeep.
Cylarne shall be ours.
Greetings, emissary. We await your command. Are you ready to help us destroy the Maskin and take control of the Altar of Despair? Are all males so obstinate? Have I not already told you that I consider that route too risky? What makes you think you can persuade me when my own lieutenant cannot? You've seen this with your own eyes? I must be sure it isn't a trap if I'm to take such a risk. Meryl was very convincing as well. Very well, we'll risk it. The Underdeep it is. May Sheogorath's divine madness possess us today. Oh. Down with the Maskin. Eta Oriol! Eta Oriol! For the glory of Sheogorath! Kneel before the saints! Eta Oriol! Eta Oriol! For Sheogorath! For the Madra saints! Eta Oriol! Kneel before the saints! Kneel before the saints. Kneel before the saints. Despair is out, but the battle is not over yet. Defensive positions.
The Dark Seducer commander is dead. I should finish off the remaining Dark Seducers in Cylarne to complete the Golden Saints' victory.
Saints for the Mad God! For the Mad God! For the Mad God! For Shea Gorath!
The dark seducers in Cylarne have been utterly destroyed. I should speak to Canna about lighting the Flame of Agnon now that her forces control both of the altars.
Thanks to you, the Mazkin have been utterly defeated. Go.
Victory is ours. I have already selected a candidate for the honor of kindling the altar of rapture. I will now claim the honor of victory for myself, here on the altar of despair. The altars can only be kindled by the willing sacrifice of a Mazkin or an Oriole. It is my great honor to release my soul to Oblivion in service to Lord Shea Gorath. Farewell. I will not walk these lands for many a year. Go.
Canna sacrificed herself on the altar of despair in order to light the Flame of Agnon. I can now retrieve the flame from the courtyard and bring it back to New Sheath as Shea Gorath commanded.
Speak quickly, mortal.
I stepped into the Flame of Agnon and am now ablaze with the holy fire. I should return to New Sheath and light the great torch in the Sasel-Amadan soul.
You've brought it! The holy flame of Agnon, the fire of inspiration and rapture! If you light the great torch on the mania side of the Sasel, you will be a hero to the people of bliss, I assure you. Do not think about it. Dream about it. Let your mind soar on flights of fancy. I know you will choose well in the end.
You burn with the purging fire of Agnon, the flame of truth, the flickering beacon of hope in the gloom of despond. Come, light the great torch for dementia, illuminate the conspiracies, deepen the shadows. The people of Crucible await their hero. Yes, let your mind worry at the problem. Let fear and dismay over making the wrong choice sink their talons deep into your brain. Hello?
I don't like you and don't want to talk to you. Yes? So, you've decided to light the torch for Mania? I knew I saw the glint of true mania in your eyes, my child. Go now and let the holy flame inspire the people of bliss to new heights of madness.